Thanks for joining us again on Four Walls, Nigeria's #1 encompassing educational television show. I'm Mr. Adolf the teacher. Here is the green board. For the classwork, we will do what's almost a book review before a preface to the topic of the show. Then we will have the examination where we will be joined by some special guests from varsity track and field. And as usual, grading and assignment will follow. So at this period, let's catch up with the latest happening in the education sector. The Universal Basic Education Commission has said that the population of Nigeria's out-of-school children has increased from 10.5 million to 13.2 million. The UBEC Executive Secretary Hamid Boboyi, who was represented by the Director of Social Mobilization, Bello Kaigara, said the 2015 Demographic Health Survey had confirmed the development. He stated this on Thursday during a United Nations Children Fund briefing on out-of-school children. According to him, over the last few years, Nigeria has been besieged by the Boko Haram terrorist sects, coupled with other crises, and lots of children have been put out of school, bringing the number to 13.2 million children out of school currently. Boboyi also added that this is equally affecting the implementation of some education treaties that Nigeria is a signatory to. That is it with the latest news updates on Nigeria education system. When we come back after the break, I'll be taking you through a book review, and this time it's Maria Sharapova. Don't go, we'll be right back. Welcome back. For what's almost a book review, one of the leading women in the world female tennis takes the center stage. In 2016, tennis champ Maria Sharapova was doing extremely well. She had already picked up 5 Grand Slams and was looking to add in few more before gracefully bowing out, retiring from the game. Then came the scandal that would change her life forever. During a routine drug test, Sharapova tested positive for meldonium, a substance that had recently been added to World Anti-Doping Agency as in the banned list. Consequently, she was given 15 months suspension from the game. Sharapova is already back into action right now, but it still haunts her. The past deed still haunts her, and that's why she began a book titled Unstoppable: My Life So Far, with details of the affair. The book displays Sharapova's life from her early days in Russia to her struggles in the United States, later triumphs and eventual fall from glory. A very brutal, honest piece of memoir she created with a co-writer, Rich Cohen. The book was published in 2017 by Sarah Crichton Books. That is it on almost a book review, and Sarah Sharapova wrote this wonderful book. Thank you so much. Now, taking you down to the topic of the day. Now, what exactly do you think of a professional athlete taking up several competitions, struggling up the success ladder through severe trainings, dieting, pains, and hopes, all within the 4 walls of a university? The university which on its own has immeasurable amounts of pressure. When we come back after the break, I'll be joined by my guest on the show. Don't go, I'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining me on the program is Edwin Peters, student athlete, University of Lagos, and his coach, Nduka Igwe. I'm right. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Affairs of student athleticism in the universities, polytechnics in Nigeria is very crucial because it involves sports and it involves academy at the same time. Let me begin with the student athlete first and foremost. What do you think it is that made you a sportsman in the university?
Basically, I started off doing sports, and then when I got admission into the school, then I had to ease up on the sports issue and then make sure I keep up my grades before furthering any form of sporting activities.
keep up with your grades.
Yeah.
So it's more important. How about the passion for sports in the first place?
Basically, when you don't get any push, when nobody supports you, when nobody gives you credit for doing the sport while in school, then I think your primary aim then in school should just be up your grades and then do sport. Your sport should come in second after your school.
Coach,
Yes.
you just heard your athletes talking about nobody giving support, nobody identifying him as a sportsman in the university. What is your take on this?
I think if looking at it, in terms of the classroom, the lecturer who's employed to teach his students is more interested in the course outline, the subject being taught, and he doesn't know who is probably a TV celebrity or who is a sportsman or who is who.
That is his problem. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So in terms of that, you probably will not get any form of recognition. But when you come to the sports center, for example, in every university,
Yes.
they're identified, they're recognized, they're appreciated, they're valued. Okay? Because every university has what they call the sport list
Of course.
for admission. Every university has what they call like a certain amount of accommodation given to sports people, sportsmen and sportswomen.
And some people would say preferential treatment too.
True.
Is that obtainable, Peter?
Right now, I don't think so, but we hope in the nearest future.
Why would you say right now you don't think so when so many students are saying that is what it is?
Very funny to say this, but nobody gives you credit. Nobody even acknowledges the fact that you're a student athlete, except
Is
when
it
comes-
just about the credit? What about the accommodation? You got accommodation, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they're all together because one thing is certain. When you're being acknowledged that you're a student athlete, there are certain things that should come with it. Most of these students, they need to train while in school. And then when most of these students get to come from very far away, as far as Yanopaja coming down to University of Lagos, that's a bigger challenge. That student needs to leave as early as 6 o'clock p.m. to be able to get back home. And then wake up as early as 5, maybe 4:30 to be able to come to school to meet 8 o'clock classes. So when accommodation is not given to that student would not see sportsmanship, even for the law, will not see sportsmanship as a thing to even do at all.
I need to take you back a bit to the days in Yabatech. Like I learned, you began your academic pursuit from Yabatech.
Yeah.
How was it then?
It's the same, nothing changes. They only recognize you when it comes to the departmental games, faculty games, which just last for like 2 or 3 days in a week. And then after that, that's the end. Then when they have school games, that's the only time you're being recognized. After that, that's the end.
Coach, the university, the polytechnic, of course, they should understand the importance of sportsmanship. Isn't that true?
Very true. Very, very true.
What do you say about the circumstances now?
The thing is, to be honest and sincere, is that these amenities have always been provided. But, over time, as administrations come, some recognize, some don't, some value, some don't care, So it depends on which regime you basically find yourself in, okay? But the amenities are already there, the program, even people don't know that sportsmen are even paid.
Of course.
Endowments every year. This I think I'm not said, but it's in the university budgets, whether polytechnic, whether universities, they're there. Okay, whether they are paying or they're not paying, I will not dwell on it. But the truth of the matter that they are there. So, like I said, it depends on who is on board at the time
Your student, I would say,
Yeah,
is sounding so discouraged.
true.
Do you discuss with him? Have you learned all these things before now?
Yeah, I do.
What have you been doing psychologically to help him?
Beautiful. You know, this is where people, sometimes I would say coaches are never valued.
Oh, coaches are not valued again.
And I'll tell you why I say so. Whenever athletes have issues like this, it is the coaches that bear their responsibility. Sometimes we train the athletes and the athletes are hungry, they haven't eaten, and it's from our purses we bring our money.
It's not supposed to be so.
Yes, but that is what happens because we want results. Because end of the month or end of the year, we're going to give account of what we have done for the year. And if we can't say, okay, we went for a competition, we got this, we got this, we got this, numbers of medals, we got this, numbers of this, it's like our salaries are not justified, or our allowances are not justified, or whatever contract we had with the university isn't justified. You understand? And because we want to get results, you know, we have to bear some of those burdens upon us, you know, so that we can get the results. So that we can then say, yes, this is what we have to show for it.
He is complaining about his grade, that he has to up his grades in the class academically. How does that affect his presence on track and field? Being, would I say, almost a professional athlete in track and field.
Good. I'm happy you asked this question. You know, why he's talking like this is, people know what is attainable outside. Like when you talk to students, athletes who are in the US and some colleges elsewhere, you hear certain benefits that they get in terms of grades. Some of them are giving extra 20 marks.
Extra 20 marks?
Yeah.
He has to confirm this. Have you experienced any of this?
I mean,
extra
obtainable
marks?
Out there.
Obtainable out there, not here.
Is not here.
Definitely not here.
So at any point that you are representing your institution in any competitions, perhaps during the time of continuous assessment, collation and examination, what happened?
Basically, I will draw you back. This is it here. When you miss a test, the school knows that, okay, you went for this competition and that competition. So they give you the privilege to be able to do that test as a makeup. But now, here in Nigeria, I guess once you missed it, you've missed it.
From same institution?
Yeah.
That's incredible. So how do you handle that space when you miss your test? How do you come back to... Do you consult anybody? You should have representative. Your coaches should speak up for you, isn't it?
True. Sometimes some lecturers are very stubborn and hard-headed, and adamant. So sometimes if you know the kind of lecturer you're dealing with, and you have his course, and maybe we're having a competition, you may just let it go and not go for the competition, so that the student can actually, do well in his class, and not have an issue with his results at the end of the day.
But this is making it sound like the sports department is disconnected completely from the whole school environment. Because if the sports center, the sports department, the director of sports, they are all within the four walls of the university, controlled by the university. The university, of course, should understand that we have athletes. They're going out for competitions. There should be a timetable for them created to help them out. And with what you're saying now, this is not existing at all.
No, I'm not saying it's not existing. It is existing. There's a good relationship between the directors of sports and university. But what I'm saying is this: not all lecturers are willing to key into the idea, into the vision.
Do the lecturers have any choice?
Now, let me paint you a scenario so you can get a good idea. Take, for example, now, a student misses an exam, a test, for example,
okay,
an assessment test, and then the student comes to lecture and says, "Sir, we went to represent the school in social competition." I'm now going to use my own situation when I was in school.
Okay.
And the lecturer looked at me and said, "Did your father bring you here to do sports or to attend classes?" And my answer was to attend classes. I said, "Get out of my office."
Wow.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, if knowing that already, now that as a coach, I decide to run it through the director who goes to the VC. They send a memo to the department. Department definitely would ask the lecturer to look into it. But bear in mind that the course belongs to the lecturer.
Okay, last one before we close the show. I heard a rumor that some of these student athletes, so to say, that are given special treatment, special recognition, previously misused these opportunities.
Very true.
Peter, you agree that is true?
You may not know.
Yeah, I can.
He is saying yes. Did you, by any way, scam the school?
Not at all.
Not at all.
It has never come to me.
Okay, there was no time that you misused your own opportunity as special student.
Was any given?
He has not started benefiting because he's just starting.
Okay, he is just starting, but rumor has it that some of these student athletes, when they're given free accommodation, they begin to withdraw from sports and all of that.
By the school, right?
Yeah, I remember. I will tell you from my time.
Yes.
When some sports athletes were given accommodation, then they were selling the best spaces.
Oh, they would sell the bed spaces,
Yes,
make
sir.
extra money.
Extra
All right,
money. So
we will do the grading right now. On our grading on the show, we have A, C, and F. A is for excellent, C is for fair, and F is for terrible. So we're going to grade the institutions generally in Nigeria. So Peter, how would you grade the institutions from your own point of view as a student athlete? How would you grade A, C, F?
I'll go for C.
You go for C, fair.
Yeah.
That means institutions are fair. Okay, coach, how would you grade the government when it comes to sportsmanship in the country?
Government is a big one. If you say the government itself, I will say A.
A.
If you say administration, I will say C.
Beautiful. So this is Peter Edwin, student athlete from University of Lagos, and his coach, Igwe Nduka, a very wonderful man. I've been speaking with him before this time, and he agreed to be on the program to share his own opinion on the issue. So go on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, and share your own idea, because this is an assignment. Should athletes be given preferential treatment in the university or any other institutions? Should the athletes be given preferential treatment? Student athletes be given preferential treatment? Give your answers on Follow Us on Facebook. So this is the end of the show. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you very much.
It's wonderful. And do not forget that sports is part of education, and we should encourage our athletes. Until I see you next time, God bless you. Bye.
Thank you.